Hello you guys, and welcome to Abundantly Minimal. My name is Sarah and I'd officially like to welcome you to our home. As many of you know, Jake and I recently purchased our first home, a condo here, and we are so excited to actually be living here now. We've been here for about a week and a half full time and it feels amazing. We've put in a lot of work so far, but we're very eager to share what we've been doing in our space. So in this video today, we're going to kind of take you through our renovation process with some of the work that we did on the home, as well as a little bit about the move-in process and getting settled, ending with a simple house tour. Now with this, we're definitely nowhere near done or complete with our work. Jake and I were both very lucky to be off for 2 weeks for the holiday season as we are teachers. We are now back in the swing of things, which definitely makes it much tougher to keep making progress on the home. I feel like it's really gonna be kind of like a weekend thing going forward, but nonetheless, we're just really excited to share kind of what we've been working on. Now granted, if maybe this stuff's not really your thing, you don't really care about the house stuff, you're here mostly for minimalist content, don't worry, we'll be back next week with a normal minimalism style video. But in case you're interested in any of the renovations or the moving process or just our sort of so far house tour, then you're in the right place. So in early December, we officially got the keys to our place after we closed on the condo. And then that's when we also filmed the empty apartment tour that many of you might have seen. Now that's a really good before, as you'll see today with the house tour, there's a lot of changes that we made. So I will actually link that below as well as up in the cards if you're interested in checking that out, just so you can kind of see the difference between the two places because we did a lot to the space. Then every weekend for the rest of the month, we spent about 15 hours a weekend or more in some cases working on things in the space. Hi guys.
Hi.
We're just checking in. It is currently Sunday night at around like 8 p.m. I think. We just wanted to give you a quick update from the weekend. My parents were very helpful and were here a bunch. They just left. We were just kind of cleaning some things up and taking a look at what is still to come. We have made a lot of progress so far. In the whole place, we painted the ceiling, so that's pretty cool. That was pretty time consuming.
We changed the locks, so people who used to live here can't come visit us because that'd be awkward.
Painting, lots of painting.
Ceilings, the living room, the dining room, the 2 bedrooms.
With a primer. This is just a basic primer we have on the wall just before we put our own color on.
What else did we do? The hallway.
It already brightened up the space a lot. There's the before, and this is the sort of after. This is after the primer.
The middle ground.
The middle ground. Yes.
Transition.
On our chandelier here, you might be wondering why 2 of them are out, and that's because I bumped my head and knocked them out, so, but we're all good.
1 per day.
1 per day. Yeah, it was a great first weekend. I'm pretty tired, but I'm very happy with the way it's coming along. We did a lot of painting. There was a dingy yellow color in a lot of the main area. We had some lime green in the kitchen and some gray bedrooms. And we weren't really a fan of those, but that was what was so nice is that we were able to personalize the space. The main space out here, we went with a color called Beach House. It's a white, but a warmer shade of it. And I mean, who doesn't love the idea of Beach House as the color? And that's in most of the main areas. We painted our bedroom a really rich blue called Hemisphere, and we love that as well. And we will be painting the laundry room later on, as well as a few other things once we get that together. Hello, you guys. I just wanted to give you a quick update about the status of things in the place. My carpool just dropped me off at the new place after school, and I am eager to show you around with what we've done over the last week. This is all of the bamboo flooring. It's a beautiful color. I think we have a couple pieces out I'll show you. We also got new blinds just because the previous blinds were a little dingy. This is also the underlayment that will go underneath the bamboo. This is a much smaller detail, but we also replaced all of the different plates for outlets and light switches and all of that. On average, the kitchen is in progress, kind of what we were using. We're wiping things out sort of as we go. So the strategy is if the cabinet is open, that means we have not cleaned it yet. So I haven't done a lot of work in here yet, but I think Jake and I will be working on that tonight just to get the kitchen all set up. We also switched up and improved some of the lights. We switched it to LED lights that are going to last for a really long time, and we specifically went with the daylight ones, which the daylight ones give it this really bright, nice glow. We also removed the window treatments in the kitchen here. We'll be fixing those soonish. It's a pretty wide window, so standard sizes don't really work, but to be honest, I haven't even had a chance to look online yet. We cleaned up this corner so we can start moving a few little things in. Not much is over there though. The bedrooms have had a lot of work done. Ooh, we actually painted the walls of our master bedroom blue. Come in, take a look. So it is a beautiful blue color here. We're so excited. It felt a little rebellious because I've never really been one to do much in terms of decor, but we thought that a really nice rich blue color would be pretty relaxing and soothing, and since you're predominantly sleeping in a bedroom, that seems to be a good fit. So we love it. It's a beautiful color. We had a bunch of different samples on the wall to try to figure out what the right color was going to be for us, but this one is called Hemisphere and we really love it. This is linen closet, walk-in closet. I just finished painting some of that. I have to do a few more parts up top there. These are some closet doors that I'm in process of. And let's check out the second bedroom. So this is our second bedroom. It wasn't a great color on the wall, although to be honest, I don't really remember if it was like a gray or a brown or a tan, but we have it painted white now. I think eventually when we have kids, I feel like a green would be really nice. I like the color green a lot, and actually when we were reading up on some of the different benefits and moods that different colors can lead to, green was just super positive across the board. So we think we'll eventually have it painted green, but our roommate will still be living with us in this room for, you know, however long. So we just thought this was a really nice neutral color to clean it up a bit, and my parents actually had leftover white paint that we were able to use to help out. So that was really nice. Let me show you the flooring. Now it's not done yet, obviously, but I just love this flooring. This is all bamboo. It made me super happy to be able to use bamboo flooring because I definitely, you know, we obviously want to keep, oh, it's very different lighting out here. I do care a lot about the environment, and obviously there's definitely different dilemmas you come across as you're putting home things together, because certain types of things or products are not necessarily as environmentally friendly. So when we can, like with the flooring here, it was really cool to be able to make a more sustainable choice. We also took out some old carpet that was in both of the bedrooms, and through the next couple weekends, we replaced that with some bamboo flooring, which I love. We were able to install it all ourselves, just with some help from my dad with the saw. And then after putting that in, it just gave the room such a nice appearance. The water heater was on its last leg, so we did replace the water heater as well. Although technically we did have someone in and help with that. It wasn't us doing it ourselves, which is probably for the best because I'm not great with plumbing. And then there were a lot of different smaller tasks that we did throughout our time. We actually had a 4-page list with so many different tasks on it as we were proceeding with work. And so even though those are a lot of the main bigger things, there's been a lot of small stuff that's happened behind the scenes. Move-in day was awesome. Besides me being sick, everything went super smoothly, and since our apartment and our current condo are actually only about a 5-minute drive away, we weren't trying for that, it's just kind of how it happened. It made it really easy to do some smaller trips, moving things in beforehand. Hi guys, I just actually wanted to film this quick clip here to give my husband Jake like the biggest shout out ever. I am currently not feeling good at all, which is weird. I really don't get sick that often, but it's December 26th, and the whole month of December so far has honestly just been crazy with it. So I shouldn't be surprised that I would get sick because there's just been so much going on and I haven't been taking care of myself. But Jake is such a trooper. He's been moving so much already over to the new place. We don't move all of our big stuff until 2 days from now. But since like most of the renovation work is done, he's just been so amazing to do that while I just lay. I was trying to help with one thing, and then I just felt so lightheaded and weak, and I had to go lay down after moving one thing. Final stages of the move, and definitely a good reminder today to be taking care of myself because I am not always the best at it. Now, definitely throughout the process, as I was reflecting, there were certain things that we realized we no longer needed. So you might have seen in my most recent decluttering video, there were quite a few house-related things that I hadn't expected getting rid of, but nonetheless ended up decluttering or donating. I will link that video below if you're curious about some of that. But also, as you'll see here today in the tour, there's some additional pieces that we are dealing with and planning on getting rid of. It just, if we're trying to sell them, you have to obviously wait till someone purchases it from you, etc. We ended up moving in just a few days before the end of 2018, and then we had about a week of still being off from school where we were able to make more adjustments and improve the space more. I had honestly hoped that it would only take a couple days to really get settled and then I would be able to work on other projects, but the truth is that that wasn't the case. I pretty much was not able to touch any other projects besides the house-related things for most of that time. Hi, you guys. We are currently here at our old apartment. It's completely empty in here for the most part. This was our old bedroom. And we're just doing some deep cleaning of everything before we turn in keys. It is currently December 31st, so we're just getting everything finished up because today is our last day to be in this place. This is our second day working on the cleaning process. We're mostly into the kitchen cleaning right now. Obviously, you know, you do some cleaning maintenance throughout the time while you're in a place, but then once everything's gone, it's a lot easier to do those deep cleans. So I was just working on the deep cleaning the fridge, and Jake's been working on some of the other kitchen appliances. So working through it just so everything's as clean as possible when we go. Hi guys, it's currently a little bit after midnight on January. Well, I guess now it's January 3rd. But it has been a few more days of working around our place and a lot of things are coming together. And it feels a little weird to be doing this at this time, but you guys know I'm a night owl and this is like my prime time to be working on things. So I'm gonna be doing a few different house related tasks tonight, things that pertain more so to me or some of my stuff that I haven't dealt with. You know, it's funny because during the day, Jake is like on it and ready to tackle any project. And for me, I'm totally fine doing it and I'll go along with it, but there's definitely a different level of productivity that I have much later in the night. So, you know, it is what it is. But one of the things we dealt with today is right behind me. This is one of my favorite spots, and honestly right now this is my first time doing it, but I feel like this will be a good video spot. You can't really tell, but we were working a lot with different cords kind of hidden over in that corner under the fireplace to get the TV set up. So we put the TV up there. What you can't see is there was like a tube for cords that that goes behind the fireplace, and it was a journey to get some of the cords in there today, but we got them all set up. We do still have to go back and buy another piece. I'm not sure if you can tell from this angle, but currently there's like this stone piece and it's like it's off of the fireplace ledge, just not on yet because we're working with the cords. They are over there, but those cords should mostly be hidden once it's all done. One thing that has been interesting too that I haven't talked about yet is just decor and figuring out, like, you guys know if you've been watching for a while, like I haven't really decorated much in our last two apartments, mostly just because to me it didn't seem worth the penalties and fees for doing such. Really, there was no motivation for me to do that just because I hadn't been a decorative person. But now that it's actually our own place, we're getting into that mindset. So it's funny too, because sometimes I feel like with minimalism, you have certain things that you would never consider getting rid of and have just been part of you or part of your space for a long time, and you never question them until one day you do, and it has to be at the right time and you're like, huh, you know, I don't actually need that, or suddenly I see it differently. And for me, I'm gonna pivot a little bit over here now behind the standing desk. For me, that clarity has come recently from our map here. Now, when I was a kid, I am a social studies teacher, so it makes sense, but when I was a kid, I nerded out hardcore on geography. As a 7th grader, just for fun, over the summer, I read this massive book all about different facts about countries all around the world. It was like 800 or 900 pages. I read the whole thing cover to cover. I learn and memorize every country, every capital in the world, like all of that, like country trivia, just for fun. And so I had a map up on the wall. I even had one of those travel page a day calendars that had a picture. And after the year was up, this was maybe like early high school or middle school. I don't remember honestly when, but I even cut up all the pictures, made this crazy collage in the shape of the world map, using the pictures from the countries to put them together. It was a little much, and definitely not to scale, but nonetheless, so I had this up in my bedroom growing up. When Jake and I moved out, we put it on this big cork board that was purchased used for when my old middle school was shut down, and they were selling some of the stuff from it. And we had it in our first apartment and then brought it to another one. Never hung it up. It's got some pins in it of where we've traveled and I love it. But kind of thinking in the line of decoration, even though I love this and in an ideal world I would put it on the wall, we are kind of talking through ideas about it. I was thinking about how I did want to showcase our travel and it's not doing it justice. So even though I never would have thought about getting rid of this, we are actually going to do something different instead of this to hang up, and I'm not going to be using that anymore. And it's not like a sad thing. I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna let it go. But you just, at some points, you just have those light bulb moments where you realize that to me, it's more important I can better showcase it in another way, and I don't have to feel attached to this piece just because I've had it and just because it has been important to me. So that's been cool. So I don't know yet what it's gonna be, but behind the standing desk here, we're going to do some sort of travel gallery wall or something. I love travel, I'm obsessed with it, so it seems like a very fitting approach. To be determined, but right now I'm gonna go get to cleaning the kitchen. And even though there's still quite a few things we haven't done yet, I'm so appreciative of having that time to really reflect and plan and evaluate, because there have been so many decisions that have been made and continue to be made as we try to figure out what we want each space to look like. I know many of you can probably relate to this, but for us, this is our first time since we're actually owning a space, and it changes the perspective on it completely. I care so much more about this space and want to make it my own and want to make it kind of like the ideal space. And I never really felt that way in an apartment, in our past couple apartments. So it's just a very new feeling, but it's really exciting. All right, well, I guess it's just time to begin the tour. Keep in mind, we're only probably about 60 to 65% done. We still have a lot more to do, but I thought that maybe you'd be curious to see a little bit of the footage so far of our place. So let's take a quick look. TV's mounted. This was so much harder than I thought it was going to be. Standing desk is over here. Oh, actually, this is to show how much we still have. This is our list of what still has to happen. So we are by no means done. We got a lot of work ahead of us. This is real life when teacher stays up till 2 in the morning finishing her lesson plans for the next day. But you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do. This is our couch here. Otherwise, the living room doesn't have too much going on with it. We are happy with the couch placement. We placed our bookshelf there. Again, everything's in like a temporary spot. We might rearrange some things as we go, but that's the short-term spot. Behind the couch is where we have like things that we have to figure out a place for where they belong. Right now it's you know, a little bit of a hot mess, but again, real life. This box contains a lot of the artwork that we're gonna be hanging up. So we're excited to actually personalize the space a little bit more. Likewise, we still have some paint stuff out here, but most things are fully painted the way we want, most things. Our dining room here is pretty much set up. We have our same table from before. Jake's piano goes back there. Come on into the kitchen area. So the kitchen here, this is not going to be here. We are in the process. It's currently listed for sale. Hopefully someone will purchase it from us. It was amazing to have in our previous, our apartment, but it's definitely not something we need anymore because this kitchen is massive and we love it. We are mostly settled here. I can probably remove some of the post-it notes that I've been keeping on some of the places when we were trying to figure out what goes in what cabinet and to figure out where everything belongs. But I really love it here. It's been fun to be able to get used to a new setup and actually having space to cook. I love the view back here, and it just feels really relaxing, and it feels very home-like, even though technically this is a condo. Let's go check out other parts. All right, coming down the hallway here, we did not do anything to this bathroom. This is where the bathroom our roommate currently uses. And then we've got our laundry room here. We really didn't do anything to the laundry room yet. The wallpaper does rip off really easy, so it's definitely fun to be ripping it off a little bit. You can see it's a pretty, not the best color here. We haven't really done much in here. We did put a new water heater in, but otherwise that wallpaper is gonna go. We just don't have the time at the moment to actually like fully deal with it. This is our second bedroom where our roommate lives, and let's show you our bedroom. So this is our bedroom, and it's definitely the most bold paint color choice we've ever made. This is a beautiful blue color. Its hemisphere is the shade, and I love it so much. It's been very relaxing. It just feels like a classy choice with having this beautiful blue color. And blue is my favorite color too, so there's also that. Mostly there's not too much going on here. I love the floors here. These are bamboo floors that Jake and I put in. We definitely haven't really figured out too much of decor, and we've got a few things that will hopefully be dealt with and no longer in this room going forward. But in the meantime, it works pretty well, and it's been a really comfortable space. We really didn't do anything to the bathroom. It was already in great shape. I just painted the doors and trim. We put a new doorknob on. Nothing really that elaborate. So there you go with a very quick version of the tour. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it was enjoyable. As we continue to make the space more our own, we will be sharing more detailed overviews and planning on kind of sharing each room one at a time throughout the next however many months as we continue to kind of finalize and personalize each space within this home. And in that video, I'll go into more details about some of the specific choices we made and the types of things that we're using, what's working for us, the systems that are working. So that will come with time, but we will return to our regularly scheduled programming with one minimalism video per week on Wednesdays. In the meantime, you can check out some of our past videos over here or subscribe to the channel up here if you haven't done so already. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Bye.